Legendary comic book writer Chuck Dixon of Batman fame and the Savage Sword of Conan is coming out with a new Conan book from Arkhaven at the end of this March. It's an illustrated book. Let's talk about it. Hit it. Welcome to World of Conan, and today we're looking at the news of Chuck Dixon's Conan, The Siege of the Black Citadel, that is coming at the end of this March, which you can order from arkhaven.com or from Amazon. And it's an illustrated book. I first thought it was a comic book, but I stand corrected. It's an illustrated book, as it seems to be. So let's check it out. Let's check the article out, what it is. So, Chuck Dixon pens new Conan the Barbarian novel, The Siege of the Black Citadel, in Robert E. Howard's bravura writing style. Also, there is a preview of this, and I suggest you guys go read it because I read it and it's good. I really liked it more than the last attempt at Conan. And should one be surprised, it's Chuck Dixon. He's a legendary writer of Batman comics and a load of other comics that he's writing right now. Currently he's doing a lot of new comics. You gotta check out his stuff. He's doing with Graham Nolan, I think. They're doing something, was it Joe Frankenstein, and they're a comic book, or at least they're funding it. But anyway, just check out Chuck Dixon from Arkhaven and from other places. I think you can get up to date with all his stuff that he's currently doing. But so one shouldn't be really surprised that Chuck Dixon's writing is great, and I read that he wants to really do it, like it says here, in Robert E. Howard's style. And that's, I know maybe some fans don't want the emulation of Robert E. Howard's style. They want, because you can't get maybe close to it, I don't know. But all the authors that make their own style, you gotta do it really well then, and sometimes it works. But I don't know, for me personally, I just miss the Robert E. Howard style of writing, the really evocative writing style, the bravura writing style, that you get the images is in your head, not the modern style really of writing, but the much more descriptive style of writing. So I don't know, it might seem very like imitation, to some, but I don't know, for me, I welcome it. I think what I read, it seemed really, really good. Chuck Dixon is primarily known as a prolific comic book creator. Prolific. Did I say? Sorry. Prolific comic book creator known for his iconic runs on Batman, the Punisher, Tim Drake, and Birds of Prey. However, he's also a novelist with his 6-book time-traveling extravaganza series Bad Times. I have not read those. I should really read some Chuck Dixon books. As well as his 11-book vigilante justice series Le Moncade. Now Dixon is dipping his toes in Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian, and it is because Conan is public domain. While in the US, I think there is some dispute that it's gonna be public domain 95 years after, so it will be 2028. I'm not really sure, but it is public domain in Europe, and Arkhaven is located in Europe, so they should be okay with that, with the public domain issue, and that's why they're doing this, obviously. But yeah, the US public domain thing was kind of because I thought it was 70 years at first. But anyway, moving on. Dixon is no stranger to Conan, having written multiple tales about the Cimmerian in the Savage Sword of Conan comic book series, and now he's plying his trade with the savage mercenary in a novel titled The Siege of the Black Citadel. The novel sees Conan joining the forces of Prince Xathomedas as he wages war against his cousin and the mad emperor Strabonus. The campaign has gone well for Xathomedas, but Strabonus still holds out within the Black Citadel, or Talas Krith. With winter encroaching, Xathomedas fears his siege might be compromised, and he tasks Conan along with a number of other sellswords to find a way into the fortress. Conan quickly finds out that the fortress is guarded by things more terrible than walls and swords. Here you can see some of Chuck Dixon's writing. Well, maybe you can see, I can't really see it myself either, but you know, a page from the Savage Sword of Conan 150. Which has story by Chuck Dixon, and it seems to be, can't really make out, but anyway, really great looking page, by the way, that Call to the Slaying. I have not read up to those issues, high numbers of the Savage Sword of Conan, but that's really cool looking. Speaking with Bounding into Comics, Dixon explained why he wanted to write this story. I wanted to write a straight up war story of Conan's times as a mercenary, but I also wanted to throw in a Lovecraftian monster as well as a depiction of dark sorcery in the Hyperborean age. You mean the Hyborian age, with all its dire consequences. That's probably a spoke. I know I do that sometimes. Dixon also relishes the challenge to write in what he describes as Howard's bravura style. I was totally immersed in Howard's bravura writing style as an adolescent. I liked the challenge of creating a new Conan story written in that style, yes. I think this is actually gonna play very well, at least with me. I don't know about you fellas, but with me at least. I miss that kind of style. I don't really... Well, modern fantasy also have their perks like that. There's probably good ones. I haven't really been keeping tabs with all the new stuff anymore for a good while now, but I always loved Howard's, the whole thing, the writing style. Like I said earlier, the evocative writing style. So I welcome it. I'm actually really looking forward to that. Yeah, there's so much of Howard's prose relied on the reader to create vivid images in their own imaginations as they read. Exactly. I really wanted to see if I could inspire that same brand of wild visuals. And the preview pages really did... it really did fill me with that same atmosphere. Same feels. That's Savage Sword of Conan 170. Also a Charles Dixon story. Cool. The Siege of the Black Citadel is the first in what will be a series of novels. Oh, let's go. A series of novels from Dixon about Robert E. Howard's Conan. Come on. That's awesome. That's awesome. A preview of the novel can be read on archiving.com. I'll leave the link on the video, so you can click immediately to it and read for yourself. The novel can also be purchased for $12.99 through archiving.com. It will be available to purchase on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other booksellers by the end of March. I gotta do the order. Forgot to do that. That's a great page, by the way. City of Rats, Conan sitting there, looking out into the city. Really cool. That's the Savage Sword of Conan 165 issue. Do you plan on checking out the Siege of the Black Citadel? Well, you betcha, and we'll definitely do a review of that. Still have to do the last attempt of the Conan character. So that's the front cover there. bit too clean for my liking. I like it more like this, more. But like I said, it's this is not a comic book, so it's a book. And as I understand it, it's gonna have some illustrations, because in the preview page there was illustrations within the text. So that's what I assumed. Maybe they won't have illustrations at all. Couldn't really get here. The couldn't get the info if there's gonna be some illustration. Let's look at the archive site. It's gonna be 126 pages, paperback edition. It's gonna be a digital as well. You can't really order now from Europe at the Archive site, so you gotta use Amazon. But they're working on providing direct shipping options to Europe and Asia, which is interesting. That because it's a European company, why they don't. Well, anyway, I see also there's Razor Fist's second novel. I should actually get. I should read both of them as well. Been meaning to, completely forgotten. But anyway, that is the news, and it is good news. Go here to read. You can read 2 episodes. So there was 2 episodes. I only read the first one. Nice. Awesome. So what do you guys think? Are you excited? I mean, guys, come on. It's gonna be a series of novels of Conan by the legendary writer Chuck Dixon. I mean, an already proven writer of Conan from the Savage Sword of Conan series, the original series by Marvel in the 70s, before all this new crap from modern Marvel, from a great writer who was ousted from comics simply because of his political beliefs or political stances, which is absolutely shameful. So definitely, guys, go support Chuck Dixon and everything he's doing, because that's a real writer there, and a great guy. I've seen his live streams. It's really cool. Go check out his YouTube page. He has a lot of actually. I mean, he has a lot of videos, obviously, but he does a lot of live streams as well, talking about writing, answering fan questions about comic books and comic writing and all that stuff. So that's really cool. So definitely go subscribe over there, check them out, and check out other comic books he is currently writing and part of, like Joe Frankenstein. And tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Hail Conan, and I'll see you guys on the next video.